Record. Okay, team, welcome to tonight's discussion. We're going to talk a little bit about compliance and hopefully answer some of your questions the best that I can. I'm just going to start out by saying that compliance is something that is fairly new in a way. I mean, we've always tried to be compliant and, make our claims true, of course, and all of our claims have been true, but I think that over the last few months anyway, apparently the FDA has been kind of clamping down on us and on supplement companies in general, not just Plexus. But, first of all, we want to be compliant for the future of our company and to secure our company so that we can continue to post on Facebook about Plexus. And in the past, I think people have kind of just posted whatever. And so sometimes to the FDA, it seems like we're making medical claims or cure-all claims. And we have to be really careful with that because the FDA is not happy about it. And as a lot of you know, the FDA approves all kinds of bad for us things like aspartame and red food dyes and things that are known to harm people, but they're not fans of the supplement companies. And another reason, part of why they're not fans, is because the FDA is really in bed with the pharmaceutical companies that make all the money that, all very intertwined with the government. So they're not fans of ours, and it's really unfortunate because, the doctors and the pharmaceuticals, they want to keep people on prescription drugs, medications, so they can continue to make the money and continue to see you every 3 months as a patient. And they always say, like, once you are taking natural, plant-based, good-for-you products, then they, you tend to not need to see your doctor as much because you're not as sick as much. And that's what the FDA is all upset about, and that's why they're going after companies. And it's a real serious thing. I mean, like Christine posted the other day a video about it. I know a lot of you guys watched it. And she said, there's companies like Advocare and Essential Oils, they're not posting on Facebook because they got in trouble and they were told they can't post on Facebook. So we don't want to get to that point where we're getting told we can't post anything. So we need to be really on the lookout for it. And I was sharing earlier with some of you guys that back in, I think it was March or April, they kind of came out and said, okay, don't post your before and after pictures, delete your before and after pictures. And so we all kind of did that. But then it kind of seemed like it wasn't as important anymore or whatever. And so some people got a little bit slacking on that and started posting stuff again and not being as careful with our verbiage. And so now Plexus is like, no, really, guys, we need to be compliant. And so it is for your own good. And I will admit, I have seen some posts that were not very compliant, but it's like a new ambassador just starting out, so I don't want to squash their bubble and say, oh, take that down. But we're kind of having to do that now. So if you see people on your team that are posting things that are not compliant, they're posting, disease names, medication names, pain, the word pain, migraine, diabetes and blood pressure. I mean, you guys know, we have personal story with that over here. I love to tell that story about my husband, but we really can't say those doctor diagnosis disease names. We really can't do that. So we just have to be on guard and have to be a little more creative in the way that we post on Facebook. And honestly, when we're more creative, I think that it really opens up more conversation with our prospects anyway. If you make them wonder, it's kind of like, okay, this is going to sound funny, but I'm not going to go there, but just let their imagination run a little wild. And so then they'll be more intrigued to ask us, is what I'm trying to say. So if you have before and after pictures out there, then you need to go back and you can save them, on your computer, because you can text message or Facebook private message people, pictures, but we just really don't want to be posting them on our wall right now. And if you'll notice, I haven't been posting very much really of our before and after pictures for Kevin and I. And it's because they're just really not recommending it. But I'm still adding ambassadors every month. And we have ambassadors that, don't have a weight loss testimony at all. And they're not posting any before and after pictures of themselves or anybody else. They're leading with just gut health and, just feeling good and energy and those things. And they're doing quite well. So it's not like we have to have that. And at some point, I'm hopeful that we can get to where we can post those pictures again. You know, Plexus is really working hard at, you know, confirming and solidifying the scientific background that, the scientific evidence that it does help with weight loss. But they just unfortunately don't have it all completely together yet to where we can post that publicly. So we want to keep that before and after stuff off of our pages and delete ones off of our pages. And I have my own homework to do on that too as well.
So I have a question, Rebecca, like as far as the before and after pictures, if we post a picture of ourselves a while back that has no like side by side or before and after, that's our Facebook page. Can we put an old picture up there?
Absolutely.
And then maybe like in another post, if like the next day I'm at work and I'm feeling good and I take a selfie of myself, I can post that too then by itself though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Christine had, I'm trying to just turn this off. Hang on. Christine had on her, look at her Perfectly Plexus Dream Team page, because she today was posting a lot of examples of what would be okay.
Okay.
She has some good ones of herself when she was overweight and not healthy and all that stuff. So just a picture of just that, not next to a picture of her now, but just that picture and saying what she used to be. You know, and so those are fine. Those are fine to do. You just have to be careful, not to put any medical claims, any prescription drug stuff.
Right.
You know, be creative in how you're wording that, but those are fine. And I did one, I sent it to Christine. I don't know if she posted it on her page or not, but I did one recently of Kevin and I now. And then I did say like used to be this and that and that. I don't know, honestly, if that's compliant or not. I kind of was asking her, so I'll wait and hear her feedback on that. But because there's a part of me now kind of thinking, well, maybe that's not compliant to say used to be, you know? So maybe it's better to just show the old picture because they know what you look like now because they see your profile picture. And you're right. If they scroll down in the next post is you looking fabulous, they can put 2 and 2 together. And I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
If you're questioning it, you know, just send it to your sponsor or upline, see what they think about it, run it past them first. I think where we get into trouble is when we do the picture thing. We don't want to do side-by-sides right now. And if we're talking in our testimony and we're listing off just so many details and everything about it, and really people just want to know little bits and pieces anyway. So you're better off just making it short. And, you know, there's posts, there's graphics I've seen. I think Tanya posted one today, you know, that shows the verbiage of what not to say. Like,
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and that's a really good one. Like, no disease names, don't say diabetic, no prescription drug names, no headache or migraine, even headache. We don't want to say that, or pain. You know, you can say, you know, once a month I had to be in a dark room because, you know, it's the only way I could just function through the day. I mean, people get the picture of what you're talking about. Or if you're talking about allergies, you can say, you know, I used to have to like go through a box of Kleenexes of a day and I was just miserable and my eyes were watering. People know what you're talking about. So we just need to be a little more, you know, creative. We don't want to say autoimmune diseases. We don't eat on that list. It said don't even say all natural. I'm really guilty of saying that. We really want to say plant-based or, you know, yeah, probably just plant-based versus all natural.
Can we put like no chemicals or no synthetic? I don't know.
I would just say, what did I read it on that graphic. It said something about plant-based. It was like mostly plant-based because I think I don't know. I don't think there's chemicals, you know what I'm saying? But like there's some things that it might not be considered completely all natural. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration is what the FDA would say.
Okay.
So we do have to be careful with even that.
And we can't say that it cures anything or we just, it has to be very vague.
Like here's an example. Like I would say, you know, Kevin doesn't have high blood pressure anymore. Well, you can't say that, you know. You can say, I don't know. I think you could say Kevin has healthy blood pressure, currently. I mean, that would be a good one to say with his old picture, right? Where he was overweight and looked unhealthy, and say, Kevin's happier, has more energy, has healthy blood pressure, I don't know. It did say on there, as far as what you can say, one of those graphics said blood sugar swings, so now his blood sugar is, I don't know. You just got to be careful with the now and the can, like the verbiage is hard, and I'm learning right along with you guys. I don't claim to have it all together or be the expert on it.
Another one of Marcia's questions was if she does videos on her page, she doesn't have to put that Plexus Slim or Plexus Ambassador or something in the background that says that anywhere on her video.
I just read that thing that Christine posted, and that's the first time I've ever heard of that. It said, put independent Plexus Ambassador on your video, right?
Oh, it does. Okay.
That's what it said. Now, that's the first time I've heard of that. I don't know how you would do that. Like if
maybe like on a card or something, or
yeah, maybe.
What about our Y videos? Does it have to be on our Y videos?
This is, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to Jewel training Monday the 18th. They're actually having a Jewel training right now because so many people promote this month that this is the first time they're doing 2 back-to-back in 1 month. So I know people are Jewel training right now, and I'm sure it's all the buzz. I mean, they do a lot of other training about other stuff. I know they don't just talk about compliance. But I can't imagine they're not talking about compliance after that email. So I'm hoping to get more information this week because I know Jewels that are at Jewel training right now, and then I'm going next week. So I'm hoping to have more answers for you guys on things like that, things like the videos, because that's, and about the website posting, I'm going to kind of circle those 2 things. Those are things I'm going to be asking about because I just don't know the specifics on that, because that's the first I've ever heard of having to say or have a sign or anything that says you're an ambassador. I know they said too in that list of things to have your what was it? Oh, like saying that on your Facebook wall, independent Plexus Ambassador. Like right now mine just says Emerald Ambassador. It doesn't say independent Plexus Ambassador, so I probably need to go and change that. Because by saying independent, you're saying you're your own entity, you're your own, it's your own business. You're not, kind of like when we do those disclaimers, at the beginning of an opportunity meeting, you're saying that this is just an independent ambassador, we're not making claims, we're not making cures. So yeah.
And then Pinterest has, of course, it has a ton of Plexus things you can get and post. So from Pinterest, just for the sake of knowing, you can't post anything that has any health claims to fix any health claims. But if it's a general tiredness, are you tired? Are you moody? Are you something? Contact me. That way we're not like saying we can fix it. We can put something like that on there, right?
Well, here's my advice on all of that Pinterest graphics and stuff is if it's real salesy looking, like if it's a long list of medical things, obviously you just don't want to even put that on there. If it's listing a bunch of medical things, I just think we need to get back to more just pure from the heart posting, like just typing the words, I can't believe how much energy I have. I'm in such a happy mood today, and that's really all you have to say. Like, you don't have to be like, Plexus did it. Because people know you're sharing Plexus and they're doing Plexus. So I would just probably stay away from a lot of those graphic-y, hi Carson, signs. No, you cannot come in here. Come on, mommy's working. Love you. Go on. The kids, the dog. Go on, thank you. dog gets to stay. Not really. Pick out, please. So, and then like even too, like if you're going to talk about income or anything with the business that way, you know, pretty much the only income thing that's acceptable compliance wise is that yearly income disclosure that's been given to by Plexus. Not the monthly. The monthly income statement is not compliant. You could message that to somebody interested in the business, but they don't want that on our wall.
Okay.
Because it can vary, you know, like, I mean, it's pretty spot on, believe me. But, and most people will tell you it's even a little bit low, but it can depend, you know, like if you don't have any customers and you're an enrolled ambassador, you're not going to make as much as somebody that has a bunch of customers. So it does vary. And so they don't really prefer that we do that monthly one, but the yearly one is fine. But with that yearly one, if you're going to post it, there's like on that thing that you read, I'm going to print that out and just keep it. But it said, like, there's an income disclaimer statement, which talks about depending on how hard you work, depending on, you know, everything's going to vary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of discouraging. It's kind of a bummer. It's like, well, they're putting all these restrictions and things on us. But again, I think it just goes back to building the relationships and people trust us and they are going to hear our personal stories and, you know, the stories of other people that we know. And so I think if we lean more on that and share more heart to heart, just personal journey stuff on our pages, then I think it's really going to be fine.
Okay.
And I think we're going to have more clarification as time goes on too. I really think they're going to get more specific with us with the training for sure.
And then the best response to people, if they're asking about it on your pages, I'll message you. That's the best response.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the best response anyway. Like even if we weren't like having this compliance stuff, I mean, you don't want to just spill it all out on your page. You want them to start a conversation and a dialogue with you.
Right.
I'm reading over here. Okay. Oh, Lisa had to go to work. So, all right. I saw a note over there. I didn't want to ignore that. So,
Okay,
Mary,
so
you're brand new. You have just started, and here we are talking about what you can't say. How are you doing over there?
Actually, I'm not brand new. I'm Silver. I'm just on a different team and I posted something today that was apparently not compliant. And so Tracy messaged me and said, hey, this is not compliant. I've taken it from her. So I simply removed it. And then she put me in the group so that I could see this conversation.
Okay.
So I'm just learning. I've actually been an ambassador almost a year.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so sorry I called you new.
That's okay. I am new. I feel like I still am a newbie. And that's why I'm here is I am a sponge trying to learn. I really want to do this right, and I am trying very hard to grow. And
Awesome.
I feel like I'm doing it in a snail's pace, and I'm really trying.
That's all right. You know what? Everybody has a different journey, and you know, that's great. It's never too late to get started. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people watch and they wait and they kind of see, and some people want to get their own testimony first, or you know, like. So it's totally fine, but I did not realize.
And I did that. I watched from the outside before I joined for a long time, like a lot of people. And when I did join, I was never going to tell a soul. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell anyone. I finally started having success. I've lost 60 pounds and 5 sizes.
Holy cow.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
So then I started telling people. So I did all the wrong things, you know, for a long time. I just didn't. I privately talked to people, but swore them to secrecy. And got some customers and ambassadors that way, and then finally came out from under my rock and blew it out and said, I'm here, I believe in this product, and I want everyone to do it.
Oh my word. Okay, that is so awesome. You have an amazing testimony then, I'll bet.
Well, it's been a really good journey for me. And the relationships and meeting people has been an important part.
Yeah. Oh, that's so, and you're in Michigan.
No, Missouri. Next door to you.
Sorry. Yes, Missouri. All right. Well, cool. Okay. Well, so yeah, I mean, you know, it's changing a little bit on what we can say and what we can't say, but I, you know, and garage sale sites, you guys were asking me about that before I think I started recording. And that's a great question because I know a lot of people on garage sale sites, you know, post the before and after pictures. What you want to be sure is, I mean, my before and after pictures, I'm pretty sure they're not compliant. I mean, because a lot of mine say Plexus at the bottom, or they say, you know, started at this date and then 7 months later, whatever. Like, we can't have that date thing on there. What I think is a great idea is what Christine has done with her pictures. She sent pictures to compliance, emailed compliance@plexusworldwide.com, and she sent in full body shots and she sent in like head shots, you know, from the neck up. And they only approved the head shots. They did not approve a single full body shot. And I think she had like 2 or 3 pictures that they did approve. But on those pictures, she didn't say anything but like, thank God for Plexus, or I think she did say Plexus, but she didn't say like pounds or dates or anything like that, or clothes sizes or anything. And they did approve those headshot ones. But what she did, which I thought was really smart, is she put a little like graphic little typed in text that said compliance date and put the date that it was approved by compliance approval date, I think is what she did. And I think that's a really, really good idea. So if we send in before and after pictures side by sides like that, and we get approval, I think we should put the date on them that they were approved. That way, when people share them, they know it's an approved picture. They're not going to have to wonder. The unfortunate thing, though, is that I've heard from other jewels that they've sent in their pictures and they've heard nothing. So I don't know if that's a no or if they're just behind. Somebody said, too, that they were like 30 days behind on viewing compliance pictures because I'm sure lots of people are sending them in. I haven't sent mine in, which is really dumb, I know. So I'm in the process of sending mine in, but I'm not expecting to hear right back. And I don't think you guys should either. It's frustrating. We, you know, of course, we would like to hear back immediately and be able to post the thing. But I am hearing that they're only really going ahead with like the headshots, and some of them they're not approving. So, but like I said, you can text it, you can message it. People know you. You know, if you have your own weight loss story, that's a huge thing because people know how you were struggling before and they see the change in you. But you can always send it of your friend too, or your sideline.
So in that being said, I've noticed there's a girl who friended me not that long ago who's an ambassador, and she's posting pictures of other people like before and after. She can't do that either.
Right. No. You mean like she's an ambassador and she's using other people's pictures?
Yep.
Yeah. I even had somebody ask me a couple days ago, like, can I post your picture? And I was like, well, you know, I should have said no because it's not compliant. So, and that's the I know there are some people that are like kind of freaking out over this and they're worried about it because they've put it on garage sale sites or whatever. If anybody should be freaking out, it's me right here. I have mine and my husband's all over the place. And I can't control that because people have taken it from here and there and posted it themselves on their page and Instagram and everywhere else. So it's kind of hard to go back and get rid of those pictures once they're out. Like they say, like we tell our kids, once you take your picture, it's all over the internet.
That's true.
So, yeah, don't be sharing other pictures unless you know for sure they're compliance approved. That's true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what about if, since compliance is taking so long, what about like if we have before and after pictures with nothing on it, like it's just picture, and you post it and say, if you want to know how I did it, message me? That couldn't work either, or do you think that would fly?
No, because I had that on mine. I had a side-by-side with nothing on it. And I had to take it down.
Yeah, you just don't want to do side-by-sides, period.
Okay.
No, I just wouldn't do it. Unless you've got it approved by compliance, I wouldn't put up a side-by-side. And like Carrie said, you know, if you post an old picture of yourself, and you're just going to have to be careful what you say. You know, like look at the examples that Christine posted, and I'm going to post some on my page too. But you really don't want to do this side by side. You just want to do an old picture and then have a new picture of yourself, somewhere in the newsfeed close to that. Or if you have it as your profile picture, people know the change. They see the change without us having to really say it.
I'm wondering if I could post a picture like back when my son was at boot camp, that one picture that you saw of me and him.
Yeah.
And if I what if I posted that and put, wow, or
Yeah.
that was a long time ago, and then post my picture now. That would be completely different.
You mean on
With
the
the
same
angle.
on the same post, like a picture?
No, well, post a picture of he and I, which I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Girl, and then have a picture, later in the day of myself.
Yeah, later in
Now.
the day. I think later in the day is fine. You just don't want it to be the same post.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think so.
Yeah, because I think like what you're saying, like if you post an old picture by itself saying, wow, memories from back then or something,
Yeah.
and then later on, like after you posted a couple different posts of something else and saying, I just feel so good today about myself, what about that?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Mhm.
Okay.
I wouldn't say, I don't know if I'd say like, thank God for Plexus, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you want to say anything about Plexus with it. I don't think.
Well, see, because today I didn't post a picture. I just went crazy this morning when I woke up, cleaned my house, did all my laundry, got everything done, and I put, thank you, Plexus. Should I not put that on there?
I don't know. I don't know, Carrie.
Because it's right after I had my pink drink.
Yeah. No, and I think we can overthink it too. I think we can.
I know.
Way too overthinking it. The big thing. I don't know. I think you can get to where you're overthinking it completely.
Yeah.
The thing is those side by sides and disease names and anything that a doctor would diagnose you as having. Those are the things we can't say.
Okay.
So
like I can't put my Crohn's or anything like that on there. Just keep that up. Even if I'm having a bad day personally with myself, I can't post on my page that I'm having a bad day with my Crohn's.
I wouldn't, because it's a disease name and you're a Plexus ambassador, and it just I would stay away from that. And believe me, I struggle with this too. You guys know I do. Like, I think I just posted the other day on somebody's and I said the words blood pressure and
But the good thing is since I've been doing Plexus, I haven't had any problems with my Crohn's, so all's good.
I know. Yeah, and so that's the thing. You just want to be sharing that in person with people and messaging that. We just can't. They're accusing us of making medical claims like it's a prescription drug, and it's not a prescription drug. It's a supplement, so we can't make those claims. And that's heartbreaking because it's true. Like, we know that's why our products sell so well, because it is it's amazing the testimonies that we have. And but I think they are. I know Plexus is working on substantiating those results, with science, and so what else to say?
They're just mad because we're healing people and taking from their money.
That's true.
They're losing the money because people are having great results. That's true.
Do we have any idea how long it will take for them to find that substantiated medical claims? Are we looking at years from now?
That's a great question. I would hope it's not years from now.
Well, the FDA is government, right?
I think I don't know, to tell you the truth. Like, I was hoping we'd hear something at convention, and we really didn't. Leaders retreats coming, so maybe. But I know that they have like a compliance department, and they've hired a doctor that's so I know that they're putting things in motion to definitely be working on that. And Plexus is wholeheartedly all behind the ambassadors and being a secure company. I mean, they're totally on board with that. I know they're working to, get our minds at ease about it too.
But medical testing oftentimes takes years to prove anything.
True.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what time. They're not telling little Miss Rebecca.
No, probably going forward, just have to use our common sense and not post anything medical or side by sides and just watch what we say and pray for the best.
So I have a question.
Here's what I don't. Here's the thing. Like, we've been very fortunate in the past to be able to post just whatever, the whole story, all the details. There were really there wasn't a lot of concern over it, until recently. But now, like, if we have people continuing down that path, though, then that's where the trouble comes in. So we have to train the people that we sponsor as ambassadors this compliance. It has to be something that we do. We tell them if it needs to be taken down. And I don't know, I was going somewhere with that, but I know, I have friends that do essential oils, and I have a friend that messaged me about a year ago and said, I can't believe you guys can say all this stuff on Facebook because we got in trouble with essential oils and they told us we can't post anymore at all. So that was very interesting to me because I thought, okay, so they're in trouble and we're not. And now, now that we're feeling more pressure from that. But the good news is she still does great with essential oils. She's still successful with her business. Mm-hmm. She's still growing, so I think we can hear this message that, oh my gosh, we have to be more compliant. Oh my gosh, we can't post this. We can't do that. We can't say this, and get discouraged or like, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. Or we can just be like, okay, I'm just going to be more creative. I'm going to be more intentional about reaching out to people personally, which is never a bad thing. That's a really good thing, to be reaching out to people. Because I think so many times a lot of us just depend on Facebook. We just post something, like somebody else's testimony, somebody's before and after pictures, and, a salesy graphic, and we just sit back and we wait, right? We wait on the magic to happen. We wait on somebody to comment, somebody to message me to want to buy it or to join my team, instead of reaching out to people and sharing personal testimonies and sharing the pictures and putting them on the Testimonies by Blessed page. We still have the Testimonies by Blessed page, which is a huge source. We can put our potentials on that, and they can read. They can do the search box and type in the disease name and see the posts that come up. And so that's a huge thing for people to see, a huge tool for us to use as well. So I think we just need to realize that we, don't need to rely so much on the Facebook magic.
I have a question. If I post a current picture or an old picture, either one, that's just a single photo, am I allowed at this point to put 60-pound loss, 5 sizes down? Those specific things, or are we not allowed to because we can't guarantee that someone else can reach those same?
Yeah, back in the day, you could put that. I put that all over the place. I lost 40 pounds. My husband lost 45.
Okay.
But, I told my jean sizes and everything. But now they're saying don't say that, because other people will read that and say, well, then I'm going to lose 60 pounds if she did. And right. That's where it gets dicey. And so, because not everybody's going to have the exact same results and not the same timeline or anything. So yeah, unfortunately you can't, which is a bummer, because now you're ready to share and it's like, yeah. Oh, you can't say,
But if she posts a picture of herself and doesn't put that in there, and somebody comments on the picture and says, oh my gosh, how much weight have you lost?
Yeah.
Is that an instance where then she private messages
right.
them and tells them? Or can she put, I've lost 60 pounds?
I wouldn't put I lost 60 pounds. I would say, yeah, it's amazing. I feel so great. I'll message you. And then I would message that person.
Okay.
I mean, you can
so when this all started, when I became aware of the problems with compliance, I had posted before and afters and all that before it. And so I started trying to get more creative. And one of the posts that I did, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but was about 55 pounds of M&Ms in a cart. And
yeah, I did see that one.
That is cool.
And so I assume as long as I don't say the amount, I could repost that picture, change the verbiage, and just say something along the lines of, this is what I used to carry. And I not say how much it would be. It's vague. It doesn't say how much I've lost. It doesn't give anyone that expectation. They have to figure out how many bags it was and how many pounds it was to figure it out. Would that be something I could recreate now and be safe?
I don't know, probably.
Well, what do you see that would be a problem?
Exactly, if you're not going to say how many pounds, it doesn't, like if you did a thing of dog food, it says right on there 40 pounds or whatever.
Right. They can't tell in the bags how big it is.
You probably could do something like that. I mean, when you guys ask me questions, I am learning right along with you. And so I hate to tell you, yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. And then compliance emails you and says, take it down.
Sure.
Here's the thing though, if compliance, what I'm hearing is people are getting emails from compliance saying that's not compliant, please take it down. And they give you a chance to take it down. They're not like, okay, you're fired, you're suspended, you're not getting paid. They're not mean about it. You know, they're on your side. So, and I haven't gotten anything yet. I'm sure I have stuff on there, and I'm working on taking it down. I have a little delete party soon. Tonight I'll start it.
I had one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But your biggest thing is, I mean, yeah, all you have to do is post an old picture of yourself and, you know, like use some of those examples have you seen those examples today that we're talking about on Christine's page?
No, I haven't.
They're really good. Just go to her page to see what I'm talking about, because she lists different things about this girl used to have this, that, and the other, but it's all compliant, you know. But it's a really good post to do, because now people see you, or if they haven't seen you lately, then just be sure to do, like Carrie said, do a recent good picture of yourself looking all fabulous, and they'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, she does. She feels better. She looks better. What's she doing? I should message her.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I notice that's where I get the most comments is if I post a picture of myself now. Everybody who knows me before is always saying, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And then I've been sending them messages. So,
yeah. And you know,
I can be a testimony right now to the weight loss, Rebecca, because like I'm not even worried about it. I'm being consistent. I fluctuate between like 5 pounds. I lose it and I gain it. I'm trying to eat healthier consistently, but you know, I have other health issues that, you know, that's the reason I'm going to be Plexus for life. That, you know, of complaint issues, I won't go into detail. I mean, I guess for this video, I will. I don't have headaches or the restroom issue, you know. So with that being said, like, you know,
Sam.
You can what?
I hear that, but the scale and the what you call it, like I measure myself, and it's just like I'm at a standstill. I've been doing it for like February.
I can see.
Well, thank you.
I can tell too.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's so not about the scale, really. You know, like you'll lose inches and your clothes will feel looser and in your face and all this stuff. Like you can tell. So don't give up on that part. But yeah, I mean, you can say like, I have less issues in the bathroom. I mean, that's okay to say. You're not saying I don't have IBS anymore. You're saying, I don't know, the bathroom's a pleasant place again. I mean, you can say, that would be really funny with like a pillow from Walmart, one of those poop pillows, you know?
Oh, that's cute.
So, I mean,
I saw something the other day that said, everybody's talking about politics and me and all my Plexus friends are talking about poop.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to learn to get creative with the McCalls. The McCalls are so creative.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, exactly. All right, girls. Well, any other questions that you guys had, or?
No, I'm just going to advise everybody.
Can you post them?
Sorry, go ahead.
What's?
Oh, no, I was just going to ask if she could post the compliant email that we talked about earlier.
Sure.
Or send it to me if you want. I mean, since we're trying to be compliant, I was just going to see if you could post it, because I've asked a couple uplines, like, and some of them didn't remember or didn't know about it.
Did you not
That's
get
a
the email?
I remember, like, I think it was like when it first came out with the email, but I don't have it anywhere.
Okay. No, that's a good idea to just post it anyway, because I was thinking I needed to do that. So I'll try to post that when I get off here. That's a good idea in case people didn't read it or they can't find it. Let me see if I wrote anything else on my notes I wanted to tell you guys.
And if you post anything, then I'll just share that on my group page too.
Oh, one thing I'm trying to do is, this was actually Amber's idea. I put a post on the Jules page and asking for them to post any compliant pictures. And we're going to maybe make like a Facebook page of compliant pictures that people can use. Haven't got much feedback on that yet, but I'll let you know if I do. And I know Christine's page has a lot right now. She posted a bunch of them. So that's a good source to find. Oh, the other thing too I saw in that letter or that email, or the one that's posted, is to delete hashtags that are non-compliant. That's one I'm kind of guilty of too. And honestly, I think, yeah, maybe just be careful on the hashtagging, because I think that links it to other posts that might not be compliant and things too, which is a bummer because I like the hashtag.
Like for instance,
Well, like I don't know what an example of a non-compliant would be other than, I don't know. I mean, like I've even heard you shouldn't say like free trip to Hawaii or free Lexus, you know, because people can take that the wrong way. But you could say like I earned a Lexus, I earned a trip, those kinds of things.
probably couldn't have hashtag love this weight loss or something. That wouldn't be compliant.
Or Plexus caused me to lose 40 pounds. Like you couldn't say that in a hashtag.
Okay.
You know, you just don't want to be real super specific, I guess.
Makes sense.
So basically, we should, like, whatever we post, just try not to mention Plexus as much, leave people wondering how we got where we're at now.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, really, if you think about it, people that are watching your posts, and you have plenty of people watching your posts saying absolutely nothing to you. Let's all keep in mind, I watched Christine Weir for 10 months before I said a word and joined. So that totally happens. I have people that have watched me for 18 months and are just now joining. But yeah, so they know you're doing Plexus. So we don't have to say Plexus every time. And yeah, if they don't know, maybe they'll message you and ask you what you're doing or how you are feeling so much better, or you don't have bathroom issues or whatever you just posted. So yeah, I think just keep a positive attitude about it all, and you know, realize that there are so many other companies out there that don't post all these details about what their products do, and they're still successful. And I think at some point we're going to be able to have more freedom in it. I really do. I trust Plexus. They're an amazing company, full of belief for them. And I know that Tarl and Alec absolutely have the ambassador's heart and best interest in mind. I mean, just going to convention, you know, I know the people that are watching the recording, a lot of you guys were at convention, so you know what I'm talking about. I mean, he shared about how, you know, they had been a part of different MLMs, different companies that, you know, changed up how they did things or, you know, went under, whatever the situation. And they're like, this isn't happening with Plexus. We're making sure of it. We've put measures in you know, to make sure that we're a solid company. And so I'm not worried about it. I think that, you know, our product, here's the deal. Our products work. Our products do amazing things for the masses. So, you know, the fact that we can't go on and on about it in specific details as much anymore on Facebook for the time being, it's not going to hurt our business because the products still work. And so when you can have people trying the products, you know, as a customer or an ambassador, and they're seeing the same results you and I are seeing, you know, they're convinced already. So So it's going to continue, and we're going to do just fine. I think we just have to have that belief in Plexus and the company that they're doing all they can, that they are working on solidifying the medical claims and the weight loss claims and all that stuff. So I think that will be coming. But in the meantime, we just are a little more creative and a little more reaching out to people, which is always a good thing. Because, you know, like I built a lot of my business on Facebook. I did have a lot of that Facebook magic, whatever. People, you know, responded to me, but not everybody has that. So many of our, even, you know, Amber, who's Senior Ruby, she really didn't have a lot of people joining her just from her Facebook posting. So she had to get creative and reach out and send testimonies and send diamond documentaries and meet with people one-on-one and in person and pick up the phone and, you know, do all these other things to get where she's at. And so that should inspire all of us to do that. And I went fast to Emerald, 14 months, but I really believe if I had reached out more in the beginning instead of just sitting back and waiting for the Facebook posting magic to happen, I think that I would have gone even faster. So you know, because if you look at diamonds, some of the diamonds that are super successful and have fast journeys, they were reaching out from the beginning. They weren't just depending on Facebook posts. They were reaching out and connecting with people. So that's what this business is all about, is reaching out and having relationships with people and building that trust with them. So let's just keep doing that. We'll do great.
I think a good rule of thumb too is if there is question, because I do have a lot of people on my team that post on Facebook, if they have any questions, reach out to your uplines and run it by them first before you post anything.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. Yeah, absolutely. If you're even a little bit wondering or questioning about it, just reach out to one of us, any of us, your upline sponsor, and, you know, run it past them and see what they think.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks, Rebecca.
Oh
for
wait,
everything.
so darn it, I can't go get a gallon of like pink water like the McCalls and wear it and take pictures now?
Oh my God. No.
Oh,
You know what? They
I
should
love
fill
that
their
picture. Like,
they should
tornado.
fill their swimming pool up with pink water.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good idea.
I'll have to message her and tell her.
That's great. Did we answer your questions, Mary?
Yeah, thank you for letting me be an interloper. I appreciate listening to you guys.
I am thrilled. See, this is what happens. My team, okay, one away from 1,000 on my team.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's craziness, right? And so, but the bigger my team gets, then I like lose track of some people get off my radar. Like you're silver. Like, I'm like, okay, I should have known that. What month did you go silver?
Well, actually, I don't think I'm even under you. I think I got added to your group from your team member. That's why I'm an interloper, I think, because I'm under Janet Hunteman, is my emerald.
Oh.
So I think I'm like a cousin. I don't think I'm a sibling of yours.
You're a sideline of ours then. Okay. So
Yeah, I think I'm an interloper, but it just happened that, you know, I had stolen somebody's thing from your group, and then they came back and said,
oh, that's right. You're on our Facebook page. So we love Janet. So you're under Janet?
yes.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said you were under Tracy.
Tracy is who contacted me. I stole Tracy's post, and then she got told by Christine to take it down. And so then she contacted me and said, hey, you took my post, and you need to take it down.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's how she added me into your group then, was that she said, you know, because I wrote her back and talked to her about compliance, and I said, you know, I'm trying so hard to be compliant and to figure this all out. And, you know, it seems like just when I think I know what's compliant, I see a lot of, and I agree that a lot of sliding has been happening, because for a while it seemed like it was the front page, and then it kind of slid, and everybody kind of started going back to their old habits. Right. And so that gave everybody kind of the open door to put things on that maybe they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. And so, but the one I put on, I thought was fine. It was a side-by-side, but it had no specifics of, you know, stuff of information. I thought, oh, okay, this is fine. Yeah. So I was glad that she told me, and I immediately removed it. And, you know, and I said, can you tell me why? Because I'm trying to learn. I want to know. I mean, it's not just enough to know, take it down. We need to understand why to not have it up, so that we don't keep doing the same thing. I don't want our uplines having to babysit us, and we should be teaching our downlines. So
Right.
That's why it's important. I want it. I'm a very rule following person. I want specifics. Give me what I can do, what I can't do, and I'll do it.
Yeah.
You're like me.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You joined with us. That's fine. Yeah, we've been adding more people to, some other sidelines to our team too, which is great for videos and different things. Fine. But yeah, I don't know. I would just err on the side of caution. If you're kind of questioning if you should or shouldn't, then that should be your little red flag that you probably shouldn't.
Right.
So I think just go with your gut on it and yeah, run it past your upline or your sponsors or sidelines too. We can help you guys figure it out. But again, I just can't stress enough. I think just the personal relationships and the, personal posts, just, keep the little lists of what you can't say and what you can say. Make sure you're not breaking the law.
Right. And I hope you get your 1,000th very soon.
Oh,
You will.
I'm sure Carrie has somebody lined up, right?
Yeah, right. I'm trying.
We're all trying. I'm trying too. It'll happen.
I know April is actually, I think she's going to sign somebody today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You said she had like a glitch or something last night.
Yeah, I think she's going to sign someone today, so that could be your 1,000th person.
All right. Now I want to draw for that necklace. I want somebody to win that necklace. That's the thing. I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be bummed because I gave an extra day now. So I'm like, okay, come on, so we can do the necklace. But
I'm trying. I've got quite a few people interested.
yeah, we all get told no. Like at convention, they said that when you're at convention, like it was huge. 12,000 people. It's a big arena, and they had everybody else like up in the big the arena, and then they had the jewels on the floor on chairs, and they said, really, the ones of you guys that are sitting in these chairs on the floor, you're really the biggest rejects because you have heard no so many times. You've been told no over and over and over again, but you kept on going. And so we all get told no. I get told no too. I had several tell me no during the special that I just want to wring their necks and go, really? So we all have it, but we'll get those. You have to have a lot of no's to get to the yes, right?
Yep.
So you guys will get there. I'm proud of all of you. All right. I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.